You're listening to the Pittsburgh Piledriver. What the hell is that? Podcast.
Oh, dearie me. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Pittsburgh Piledriver Podcast. I am super amped up. I am super excited. And do you want to know why? Well, even if you don't, I'm going to tell you why. Is it because we're going to do an episode of the Pittsburgh Piledriver Podcast presents Collar and Elbow Tie-Up? No. Is it because it's new MacBook Day? No. Is it because it's Thursday and we're going to record the Pittsburgh Piledriver Podcast tonight? Well, that is true. But no, that's not why I'm excited. I'll tell you why I'm excited is because today is launch day for the new Modern Warfare 2. That's right. Today is Modern Warfare 2 launch day. So screw this podcast and screw all of you. I'm going to go shoot some 12-year-olds. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Please
Yes.
don't take that out of context, everyone.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, my documentary.
I was like, is he coming back? Ransom?
He'll be back. It's a bet.
It's a bet.
It's a bet. All right. Well, I'll take
It's a
over.
work. It's a work. It's a shoot.
I'll take over for the warm intro. This is Beep the Legend alongside Put the Bard, and there he is, Ransom the Madman, and of course the king of the jungle, the current cruiserweight champion, Tiger Bomb Tom. Boy.
Just kidding. I'm back. I'm back to do wrestle talk. I'll shoot 12-year-olds later. Fine. You twisted my arm. Giggity goo.
Don't lie. They beat your ass and you came crawling back.
You have no idea. I'll destroy you with that game with both eyes shut and both hands cut off, son.
Probably would.
Ransom's
Hell
pretty good at
yeah.
first-person shooters.
Yeah.
I will shoot you all in the face and then forget about you the next day.
I thought the game was up for like 2 months now. What have you been playing with Bob? That's something different.
Warzone. That's Call of Duty Warzone. That's something completely different.
Okay.
Modern Warfare 2 is today, and I can't wait to do shooting.
Did Modern Warfare come out like 10 years ago, and then they do like a Modern Warfare 2, 3, and 4? Like, what, did they reboot it?
Yeah, they did because
it's not a reboot. It's a brand new game, but they're still calling it Modern Warfare 2.
it's a samey shooty game.
Oh, it's a marvelous masterpiece of. Oh, I love it. It's so good.
I will be popping a nerd boner for November 9th whenever God of War Ragnarok comes out. You probably won't hear from me.
That does look pretty
Oh,
great.
so you're not going to stream it? Gotcha.
Oh no, I'm gonna stream it, but
which means we'll hear nothing but God of War from you.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of hearing nothing but God of War from Tom, we're gonna talk wrestling tonight, though, right?
Smooth transition as always. Let's do it.
Yes, Ransom.
Hey, $70 for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Yeah, no thanks.
That's every game anymore, man. Like
Fuck
every game
that
costs
shit.
$70. They
that.
made I read an article maybe a month ago or so that was like, oh hey, like video games are going up to $70 now, even though they're all digital. And, they should be less expensive. Nope, pay $10 less. Fuck that shit. Bunch of bullshit. Bunch of cocksucking.
I got a question that actually does bridge the gap between
Dick
wrestling and video games.
Suckingtons. What is it?
Amazing. Beef.
Hey.
Or any one of you. Is anybody going to get the AEW video game whenever it comes out?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Did anybody get the newest WWE game? Because
I did.
I did
Yes.
not.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
did?
yeah.
I did.
Okay.
Yep.
I can't
good.
remember the
It's
last
good.
time I bought a wrestling game.
It was purchased for me, and I really enjoy it. I think that it like does what 2K20 tried to do,
And failed.
and does it better.
Oh,
does it
absolutely.
well.
I mean, hopefully
Oh,
they had the same they had the same developers working on it for more than like a quarter of the project, and then switch over to somebody else. Because I heard that's what was the big folly of 2K20.
So 2K22 was regarded pretty well, and now WWE is like, hey, let's go get an EA Games, and it's like,
Old McDonald had a farm.
have you learned
EA
nothing?
Sports.
Have you learned nothing, you fools?
Speaking of, whoever earlier disparaged fucking Modern Warfare as, just another shooting game, blah, 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 they're all the same. That's what video games are anymore, though. Every fucking WWE 2K Bajingo game is the same as the other WWE 2K Bajingo game.
See, when you say that, I just hear vagina game.
Yes. I mean, that's what it is. It's all the same thing with different little tweaks and features here and there. And it's no different with Modern Warfare. It's the same thing.
Well,
you're a soldier. You have a gun. You do shooting. You can customize your shit just like wrestling.
Or sports games.
But that's
every Madden game.
That's also why I like games like Cult of the Lamb.
Oh, I can't wait to play that. I haven't.
It's so fucking fun.
I wish we could talk some wrestling though.
We're getting there.
Also, Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed. I'll plug that game. That's a fun ass game.
Wait.
If you're into like the one versus many, Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed is a blast.
Is that on Xbox Live?
It is not, but it is only $40.
Well, the problem is $40 to me right now is a lot of fucking money.
Well, maybe Santa Claus will come early for you.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Oh, hey.
All right, so wrestling.
Speaking of coming early, did you see that freaking Stop it.
He hasn't said a damn word and we know what's coming.
Stop it.
Did it again?
Did you see that Triple H? What? And look, you know what? Shut up. I'm gonna suck the nose for a quick second, and I don't give a shit what you say. I don't care. Triple H once again
fucking deep throat that nose.
Has written another VKM wrong in doing away with the stupidity of Nikki ASH and bringing back old school, doing it right. Nikki Cross.
Here's the thing. That wasn't his call.
Thank you once again, Triple H.
That wasn't his call.
It wasn't.
That was her call.
Bullshit.
No, she came up with that character. She wanted to do that character.
Right.
Either way,
that wasn't a VKM thing.
Either way, a wrong has been erased and a right has been written. Well done.
I wonder how long it was supposed to stick around and whether they stuck to the guns to it. But yes, I wholeheartedly agree, and that's not where I thought you were going with this, but I will wholeheartedly agree. It was very nice to see Nikki Cross not only come back on Raw, but be a fucking lunatic fringe.
Yes,
and to be like in the main event, like beating up both ladies, and let's be honest, the entire stable of Damage Control.
She wiped out this, this for all intents and purposes. She wiped out this new hot stable all by herself. Yeah. And that's what I think Nikki Cross needs to be. The superhero thing was fun. You know, it's a what did you call the new Modern Warfare 2?
Sammy Shooty.
No, the like revamp or rework or
reboot.
Remaster.
Yeah, it was a reboot. Yeah.
Nikki ASA, she was a reboot of Mighty Molly. You know, fight me. I don't care. You're wrong.
You're right. You're 100% correct.
And it was, it was neat. It would have been neat for a month or two. Like, oh, Nikki ASH. But Nikki Cross.
You're gonna kill beef.
Listen, Nikki Cross, the character, is what that character needs to be. A badass that just rips through everybody. Because that's what Sanity was. And that's what Sanity should have continued to be.
Man, they dropped the ball in that fucking group. God almighty.
No. Let's not use the word they.
Yeah.
I'm going to correct you here.
I'm sorry, royal they.
He dropped the ball.
Right.
On Sanity.
The eponymous he.
On that note, I think this is something we can circle back to, but I think they're trying to recreate that magic back down in NXT with this Schism stable. But
Schism, yeah, man.
Dude, Schism is a hell of dude. When they did what's the name of the head of the guy of Schism?
Gacy.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Gacy. Dude,
are both of the grizzled young vets in there, or
yes,
just
both of them?
Yes.
So it's those two. What's the name of the guy that has the shaved head and the weird eye?
He was the guy that they were calling the next Brock Lesnar.
Talking about Shawn Michaels?
No.
Yeah,
no,
Shawn.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
All right,
The
that's
podcast is over.
That's two from Ransom. If I hit three, if I hit a hat trick, I'm out of here. It's Modern Warfare 2 time.
No, the tall guy is the one guy from the Grizzled Young Vets. He just lost the fucking facial hair, put in a goofy contact, and just stopped talking as much. I can't.
No, are you serious?
I'm serious.
I don't know if I'm here for that.
It's both of them because I'll
that makes me
wiki
a
it
little
right
bit sad.
now.
No, I believe you.
I can't remember which one is Gibson and which one's the other one, but yeah, they're both in there, and then the fourth.
Of course, they would shut up the guy who was the mouth in it.
Exactly right. But then they just
Ava Simone.
The Rock's
what's her name?
daughter.
Rock's daughter.
I don't know. It starts with an A.
Ava
Which
Sky.
I'm here for it. I am absolutely here.
Range, yeah. Jesus, my fucking wife who doesn't watch wrestling named it. Yeah, it's Ava Rain.
I was close. The rain comes from the sky. Shut up. I was in the ballpark.
I'm absolutely here for her, and her even calling out the fact that she's like, you guys think like that. What, I can't remember her exact words, but she basically called out and said, they give me a family that I don't have to be who I'm supposed to be, or something like that. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
They like she flat out said it was basically like, you want me to just basically be female The Rock, fuck you. That's basically what she said.
I mean, yes, but all right, let's talk real life for a second, okay? Like, the Bloodline is the most dominant faction that WWE has seen in years.
Okay.
And what don't they have? A female. Who is Ava? The Rock, who's related to the fucking Reigns and such. Like, absolutely, it's
yeah.
I don't know.
Here's the thing on that. I'm with you. Like, it would have been nice for them to put a female in that stable, but if they were gonna do it by now, if they were gonna do it, I figured they would have probably brought in fucking Naomi or Tamina, because I'm sure Tamina is Tamina related to anybody in there?
Ain't no one Mina. And also
no, I don't think
she's not related to anyone, but
okay.
she's of the heritage, if you will.
Well, yeah, I mean,
but we were just talking last week though about how much length of time the Bloodline has left.
That's
do,
fair.
But I feel like,
why throw, like, hey, we're gonna add a female, somebody new to the stable to have them in there for a hot cup of coffee,
right?
And then the Bloodline breaks apart. So it was like, oh, what was the point though? What's
exactly?
It's a waste.
That's my point. Is that at this point, I don't feel like that they would, unless they really plan on seeing what the legs are on this thing. If this goes past if the Bloodline stuff goes past WrestleMania into the summer and well into the next year, that's the only way I'd ever see them bringing in somebody new, because the fact that they brought in Sammy, that gave it some new life, but you're already starting to see the seeds being planted for dissension with Sammy and whichever one of the Usos that Jay that is always kind of, just mean mugging him and fucking everything like that. Yeah, it's coming. So definitely no.
Just the way you said that, mean mugging and fucking everything, and I'm just like, oh god.
Well, you're welcome.
So let's contain our excitement until we see what Ava's got in the ring.
Right.
Yep.
Obviously.
I know. I know that Triple H is like, oh hey, it's The Rock's kid. How do we get The Rock back interested in WWE again? How do we get him back at WrestleMania? Let's bring his kid in. I hope that she has the chops that her old man did. I hope that she's been training her whole life. I hope that she has been working in a wrestling ring.
Saying her prayers, eating her vitamins, brother.
I'm excited, and yes, somebody commented on one of the many posts I read that said that NXT on Tuesday night was probably the closest that it's been to like Black and Gold. And that's exciting to me. That's exciting to me. It makes me want to almost be invested again. Almost.
By the way, going back to it because I had to wiki it. Zach Gibson's the tall one that could talk. James Drake was the one with the hair. But yeah, they're both in the Schism.
I did not know that was him with the fucked up eye and the lack of facial hair. Though.
Yeah, and
man,
now,
he was Liverpool's number one. Is now weird.
Damn it! Now I'm trying to find what their names were in Schism.
Well, no, and that blows my mind. Why? Because Zach Gibson, my God, just chef's kiss on the fucking mic. Just
because Gacy's the hype guy. Because Gacy's gonna be the talker, man. Gacy is okay in the ring, but he's a talker.
And that's
I get it.
Well, and did you hear the theory that they were going to have the Schism be Bray Wyatt's new stable? They were just going to bring the Schism up wholesale.
No, I'd be fine with that. Honestly,
I'd be fine with it too. Fucking do it. Like
they're now under the names Jagger, Reed, and Rip Fowler.
Ugh.
All right, those are pretty good names. I'm here for them.
Yeah, and they're so what was it on July 19th episode of NXT 2.0? Joe Gacy's masked allies named the Dyads were revealed to have been James Drake and Zach Gibson. Now under the ring names Jagger, Reed, and Rip Fowler. Honestly, I was a little I didn't even realize it because I hadn't been watching NXT. Fuck, I didn't even know who fucking Alba Fire was. I was like, wait a minute, isn't that fucking Kaylee Ray? I was like,
yep,
what the hell is going on?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Now look, going back to something that Beef said.
Yes.
How much NXT this past week looked like the old black and gold.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say we can get excited about NXT again. It's not going to be a light switch where it's like, oh, this is now like it's just like black and gold was. It's back to normal. It's going to be a steady incline into what it was.
Right.
But I think it's going to get back there because, I mean, you're not mixing words here. You got HBK, and Road Dogg. Freaking stupid D-Generation X is back in control of everything. So I wholeheartedly expect NXT to get back to where it was as the black and gold and honestly get better because there's not going to be this cloaked, bony-fingered Grim Reaper waiting at the top to go, it'll take this one, it'll take this one, and then I'll kill their career and kill that career. You're not going to have that. They're not going to get pulled out of NXT to go to the main roster because it's, shiny new object, and then get destroyed. So I'm expecting NXT to be better than it was before because that Grim Reaper's no longer waiting to just snatch up their top talent and let them try to rebuild the person on top because their top people are getting poached by the main roster.
And on that point, it's from what I've heard now with Vince not at the helm and stuff, the call ups, because they're inevitably like that will be the end goal is for NXT, people to get on the main roster and everything like that in the big picture. But the call ups are going to be more succinct and more concise. Like they're actually going to, there's going to be more communication in regards to, hey, this person's in the middle of a program. Give us this amount of time to finish this up. And then if you want or need this person on Raw or SmackDown, we can kind of throw them your way.
Triple H knows better than anybody how frustrating it is to build a guy to be the absolute top of your brand, only to have somebody else go, ooh, I like it, mine now. Well, can you just give us we're right in the middle of the nope, strip them of the title. Nope, they can relinquish the title. Bring them up. We want them now.
I think it's more of it's less of an us versus them mentality now.
Mm-hmm. It's all
it's
us.
Not triple
Us mentality.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
And speaking of excitement, I would not be shocked to see an NXT team at Survivor Series, nor at this point, it's not as much. I wouldn't be shocked. I'm expecting to see NXT people in the Royal Rumble.
That would be great again.
Because I think Triple H probably saw the frustration of that one Royal Rumble there were a pile of NXT guys, and the crowd loved it. They popped so hard for all of them. I'll never forget the pop when freaking what's his dumb name now in AEW, the chairman, came out at the number 10 spot. The crowd freaking erupted.
Yeah.
The crowd erupted for that. So like Triple H saw how much people loved seeing the NXT talents in the Royal Rumble. I would be flabbergasted if they were not in the Rumble at this year's Mania.
Well, let's kind of walk that back a little bit. Back then we were talking about talents like Shawn Spears, like Adam Cole, like Andrade. I don't think that you have that kind of star power now in NXT. Not yet.
You have a couple that you could call up though. Like I right off the top of my head, Braun Breaker, Ilya Dragunov, absolutely.
Yeah, Drake.
Whatever Jordan Devlin is going by his name.
JD Drake. JD Drake.
It's what the fuck's his last name? Damn it. It's not Drake.
JD something.
Jordan.
You're right, though.
Jordan Devlin.
Yeah.
Devlin.
It's not
Devlin.
anymore.
The Devlin side.
I would absolutely pop to see Ilya Dragunov come into the Royal Rumble though.
Oh my god,
he's JD
McDonough.
JD McDonough.
Yep.
That's such a shittier name. God,
McDonough.
No, it's so much shittier, man. Like
He
Jordan
done McDonough
Devlin,
it again.
what a fucking name. Like,
I just feel bad for him because he looks like Finn Balor and he wrestles like Finn Balor and he's from the same part of fucking Ireland that Finn Balor's from. And
Bray County, Wicklow, Ireland, baby.
Yeah, he's never gonna like come out of that shadow, and that's a bummer.
I mean, they called him Baby Balor.
He was trained. He was trained by Finn Balor, according to his Wikipedia. So why not?
Exactly. But let me cycle back around to something here. I know that we're excited about NXT talk, and I want to. So Ransom, when Ransom started talking about how Triple H was making changes and righting the wrongs that Vince started, I thought the lead-in was going to be the change to the format of removing Hell in a Cell. And I am absolutely fucking here for that.
What, getting rid of the pay-per-view?
Yes, it is no longer going to be, reportedly, it's no longer going to be a premium live event and is going to be used to, like, end feuds.
I'm okay with it.
I have seen so many different articles out there that are just, it's like Triple H is ruining WWE. Like Triple H is killing however many year WWE pay-per-view, and Triple H is getting rid of a historic blah 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 blah. And it's like,
that's
no,
for
man.
clickbait. That's for clickbait. That's to get eyes on the article.
The second
100%.
The second that I saw that Triple H was doing away with the proper pay-per-view of Hell in a Cell,
the premium live event.
Premium live event. The first thing that went through my mind was fucking good, because now you know what you can do with that, with Hell in a Cell, is actually make it fucking mean something.
Yep.
Because whenever you bust that sumbitch out, it's like, oh fuck, like, you know what I mean? It's that fuck moment.
It's the three that should never ever have been their own pay-per-view were Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber, and Money in the Bank.
Really?
Those should have been.
You think Elimination Chamber you don't think it should have been its own thing?
No.
I don't.
Elimination Chamber, Hell in the Cell, and Money in the Bank should have been.
I'll give you two out of the three.
Individual matches. They should have been just matches. Not a pay-per-view built around those matches. It should have been just matches.
Because Money in the Bank I agree with, but here's the thing. Now, so I was on like the, hey, let's keep Money in the Bank at WrestleMania because that makes it special. But then you sort of have it a women's Money in the Bank. I'm like, all right, two ladder matches on the same pay-per-view is a bit much. I understand the need for its own event. But now that WrestleMania is 2 nights, probably going forward, you can have a Money in the Bank on each night.
Absolutely.
So I absolutely want to see them do away with that pay-per-view as well.
Not because I'm in disagreement with you, but just out of curiosity and to play devil's advocate, what do you then put in place of those?
Pick a name out of a hat and make it a pay-per-view. They had Backlash.
Let's see.
Backlash,
Great American Bash, Halloween Havoc, Starrcade.
Not Great Balls of Fire, please God, no.
I mean,
Fall
that's
Brawl,
the thing, though.
Like,
they made up a pay-per-view called Great Balls of Fire. Shut up. You can name a pay-per-view anything in the world. It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be based around these matches. Like, you could take these three pay-per-views and boot them, and then you can come up with whatever the hell you want.
They have all these other IPs that they bought fucking 20 years ago from WCW.
Use them.
Exactly. People love to see NXT Halloween Havoc because they're like, Halloween Havoc, because people love Halloween.
Absolutely. Halloween Havoc, Bash at the Beach, No Way Out.
Bash at the Beach was another one. Yeah,
Bash at
the Beach was another one that people love because it's an interesting concept.
Yep.
And
bring back the idea too. Have it outside. Have it at an actual beach.
Yeah,
that was. And I'll give WCW credit where credit is due. The Bash at the Beach pay-per-view, when they did it legit outside on a stupid beach, that is a pay-per-view.
It was fun as hell.
It was you had never seen anything like that before.
Right.
That was so unique and so shiny object. It got so many eyes on it, despite whether or not the matches were good or bad. You had a wrestling ring in the middle of the sand, out in the open on a beach. It was fantastic.
I felt the same thing about the Hog Wild and Road Wild, like at Sturgis with all the fucking bikers out. Like that was just a neat. And I mean, the matches were always pissed. I remember the first one was like Hogan and Rodman, where Rodman fell asleep on the apron. But whatever. But like the atmosphere was just unmatched.
Yep.
That I think is where Eazy-E really shined, is because he could he was a terrible fucking booker, but man, was he a fucking idea man. He had some great fucking brilliant ideas. He just didn't know what the fuck he was doing with wrestling. If only Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman could have got in the same room for more than 5 minutes, they would have been the perfect fucking booker.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I'm with you on the I'm definitely with you on for sure the 2 out of the 3. Elimination Chamber, I don't know. I kind of even if it's not its own title pay-per-view, I would still only want to save that match for a pay-per-view event leading up to like somewhere on the road to WrestleMania. I thoroughly enjoyed the pay-per-view. Now, way back in its heyday when there was like
fucking Saudi Arabia, fucking bastards.
Relax. Every premium live event that happens over in Saudi Arabia ends up, being tainted by the fact that
I refuse to call it a premium fucking live event. It's a goddamn pay-per-view.
I will. Yeah, but okay, but we're not paying for the view anymore, though.
Oh, fuck yeah, you're paying for the subscription, dickface.
I ain't paying for shit.
Yeah, I know you're not, you hacker. Hack the planet!
Hack the planet.
God almighty. Anyways, back to my point with the fact that, like, when Elimination Chamber first started, there was just one Elimination Chamber match at the end of the night. You knew that's what it was going to be. I agree that it definitely got diluted whenever you started having like 2 chamber matches in the same night. Like that. It kind of makes it like lose the shine a little bit.
Less special.
I don't mind it. I mean, like, honestly, like, again, like, here's the thing. I don't mind Elimination Chamber as its own pay-per-view because...
I don't mind it as that. Go on.
At the event, you didn't give a fuck about the undercard because you were looking forward to the Chamber pay-per-view. Yeah. And again, same situation where now there is a women's chamber and a men's chamber. That's cool. I'm here for it. Sometimes they do tag teams in the chamber. Awesome. Sometimes it's for mid-card. Great. Like, it doesn't always have to be for a title. For the title. I think that there should always be a title involved. This bullshit of doing an elimination chamber for, like, the number 1 contender, I think was kind of dumb.
Yeah.
But, like, you can, like, spread that love across many titles. So, like, that one I'm fine with. And again, I like having 2 elimination chambers. But yeah, like, Hell in a Cell is an absolute fucking win because that is one that should have never been its own event, and that they should have never had more than one in a night.
I will say in regards to pay-per-views, I was glad to see, like, we talked about it before whenever we briefly reviewed Extreme Rules, is the fact that this Extreme Rules actually had every match had some sort of stipulation, condition, whatever. Where I can think back to last year's Extreme Rules, fucking wasn't extreme at all. Like, well, it was fucking stupid.
And I think this is a good movement in that. I think this is kind of to your point, Tom. Where we don't need like theme events, but if you are going to theme an event,
you damn
go
well
all in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
like Halloween Havoc was decked the fuck out, and I didn't see all of it. I saw bits and pieces, but it was like deck the fuck out. They had the couple spin the wheel, make their deal matches. Like it was the ambiance was absolutely there.
Oh yeah,
the whole time.
They did like they did a cinematic thing with Mandy Rose and Alba Fire.
Attraction, yeah.
Yeah, you do the cinematic thing. You get into like the haunted house, and the typical thing. Then it ends up being brought back to the arena.
And that's what makes theme events fun, like Bash at the Beach, for example, being at an actual beach. Whenever they don't happen 5 times a year, but like when you have Elimination Chamber in February, Money in the Bank in July, Hell in a Cell in October, Survivor Series more or less is a theme event. Hell, Royal Rumble more or less is a theme event. Like when you have them every 2 months, 2.5 months, like it's absolutely diluted. So yeah, I'm for spacing these kind of things out. We can have 3 Hell in a Cell matches in a year. That's fine. Just don't make them on the same night.
Yeah.
Make them mean something.
And I think that's also why when we look back on the NXT Black and Gold, why the takeovers felt so special, because they only came around once a quarter, similar to AEW's pay-per-view style. Now, granted, way back in the day, hell, whenever they first started out, WWF didn't have pay-per-views every single month. I don't remember when that transition happened. I think
Attitude Era.
Yeah, I was gonna say I imagine it started to happen because
once they found out that they could like milk the audience.
Well, because WCW started doing it. Because Bischoff even said, I remember that.
That's
if
fair.
I remember correctly, that was part of the whole Monday Night War thing. Like Bischoff said, they're doing pay-per-views, once every quarter. Hell, let's do one, 10 times a year, or 12 times a year, whatever. And whoever's like, oh, they'll never go for it. He's like, oh yeah, they will. And again, to Beef's credit, when he said, to your point, when you said about how Bischoff really was ingenious in some things, that's really when we started to see monthly pay-per-views, from each company and stuff like that. I'd be okay, honestly, if they did it, if you had the four big ones for each quarter, and then if you went down to like 10 times a year, because
I've said this because people gripe whenever WrestleMania is 8 hours long, and there's fatigue and everything else. Like, as long as it is a quality product, I will watch it. I don't care if they have 12 events a year. I don't care if they have 15. I don't care if 20. If it is a quality product, I will watch it. Even AEW. If AEW moves to a place where they do, a pay-per-view every month, and I have to shell out 50 bones for it, God willing, hopefully my friends will help out, but I'll fucking do it.
No.
If it's a quality product. The minute, and here's that's what happened is with WWE, the quality. So whenever, this is a little bit of a history lesson for Ian's.
Get learned.
When they started, so the like bi-monthly thing, or I guess every monthly thing, started with like the In Your House stuff. Okay, the In Your House pay-per-views were about $10 to $15 less than your standard Big Four pay-per-view.
I thought they were less than that. I thought they were somewhere in the neighborhood of like $15-$20.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But like regular pay-per-views at that time were $35.
Yeah.
So
I thought
they do.
I thought they were still $50.
No.
Oh, okay. I guess
WrestleMania
that was
50.
that was before my time.
No.
I guess that was before. No, I guess that
So,
was
like-
before my time.
like the WrestleMania used to be like 50, and then everything else was like 40 to 45. In your houses
Yeah,
were like
Mania was more.
15. Or in your houses were like 20, 25, maybe 30. Like once the upper echelon pay-per-view started getting up there too. But then they're like, well, fuck, people are paying it, so they just made a flat rate. And then HD was invented, and they're like,
Yeah.
here's an excuse to charge people fucking $10 more every
Here's
fucking
an
month.
excuse. Love it.
So, yeah, that's where that fucking came from, and like, you know,
$49.99, you idiots.
again, like if you want to have a B-level pay-per-view and we're gonna pay B-level prices, cool. If AEW wants to have a B-level pay-per-view and we'll pay $30, I'm in. But like, I
All in?
expect, okay, I expect to get value.
Okay.
And then, like, once WWE transitioned to Peacock, like, or I guess even the network, like that, they lost their incentive to make things truly special. Why make things truly special whenever you've already got the money on a subscription base? So,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, I'm and again, surprise, surprise, Triple H is doing great things. So, like, I don't think anyone's bitching so far.
No, like I said, very, very little room for constructive criticism or anything like that. I mean, he's doing everything right now.
Poot! How are we doing on time in this episode?
About 36 minutes, cowboy.
We'll keep talking then.
Plenty of time.
No,
do we have Stump the Chumps do we have multiple ones in the works? Because I know those usually take us a little bit, so we might be able to tie one in here to the end of this one and
tie one on.
We're
Yeah,
just
and
sitting
then-
here. We're just sitting here showing people how the sausage is made.
Fuck it. I mean, let's pull back the curtain a little bit. Kayfabe's dead,
Hey,
right?
listen.
I mean, ain't nobody paying us for shit, so we can be as fucking unprofessional as we want. We have
$49.99, you bastards.
It's you idiots, and
You-
get it right.
Listen,
Look,
that was like if you went to the dollar store and went like, "Excuse me, do you have any ransom?"
yeah, that's
Fucking-
wish made ransom, and we don't do that here.
Suck
I
the fattest part of my cock boot.
I saw a interesting article
So the balls.
that
All of it.
oh
Anyway, go on.
my lord, I saw an interesting article that
Go on.
talked
Your
about
point!
how. All right, it's Modern Warfare 2 time. See you, fuckers. I saw an article that said, like, in the one Uncle Flapjack or whatever his name
Uncle
is.
Howdy.
Yeah,
Oh, God, flapjack.
whatever. It reminds me of that Flapjack guy.
How did you
Good
know
old
my porn
Uncle-
name?
Uncle Flapjack and Grandpa Waffle. Go
That
on.
was your first subscriber.
No,
That's all.
Gam Waffle.
Gam Waffle.
Uncle Flapjack and
Lego
Gam
my
Gam
Gam Gam.
Waffle.
Let go my gam, fuckers.
Let
There
go my
was-
Gam.
Oh my gosh. Fucking idiots.
Oh,
That's why your
so-
subscriber count doesn't go up.
I'm so happy.
I couldn't mute myself.
There was an article that speculated that Uncle Howdy might not be Bray Wyatt in a mask, that they might be bringing in Barry Windham to
Yeah,
be
man.
the
I'm
actual
okay with that.
Uncle Howdy.
I'd be
Good
okay with
Lord, that would be an extremely interesting to do if Barry Windham, who I believe is Wyndham Rotundo's uncle,
Yeah.
I
came
don't
in and
think
was
that
like,
they're I'm Uncle Beefy.
And like
All right,
I'm
well-
Uncle Poot.
No, I thought
we
they-
don't need to
I'm
split
not
hairs.
sure.
That's not the main point here. We're not disputing the Bray Wyatt bloodline here, okay? The main
Lineage.
point is, shut up. That would be an interesting development, is if this guy behind the Uncle Howdy mask was a completely separate individual from Bray Wyatt. Because
Yeah.
we've seen the Bray Wyatt in the mask, freaking sweater vest Bray feuds with masked fiend Bray, and they're two different personas. To have a completely separate individual playing a part in this Bray Wyatt character, I think would be a really interesting thing. Plus, I mean, Barry Windham has the wrestling lineage, and it would just be neat to see him back in that kind of fashion where like he's the mastermind and the puppeteer behind the wrestler Bray Wyatt.
As long as he's willing to play ball and go with the gimmick, I'm 100% here for it.
Like, Barry Windham, I think he definitely would.
You literally, but the thing is, anyway, and I could be a little bit biased because now that Bray Wyatt's back doing what he does best, I'm frankly, because it's such an open like book and such a wide open plane of potential of what could possibly happen, I'm legit here for anything that motherfucker does. Like, I like he could bring in Gilbert as fucking Uncle Flapjack, and I would be here for it. I'd be here for it. I'd be like, cool, he has a fucking plan. Like
on that note though, I don't know if I told you guys or if you guys had heard, supposedly shortly right after Bray's debut or re-debut or whatever at Extreme Rules, it was being reported that he was seen around Raw with brother Bo Dallas there in tow. Have you guys heard anything more about Bo and his whereabouts or no?
Just a lot of conjecture, and that WWE wants to bring him back. And honestly, this is something that I remember. I don't remember exact. What the fuck you doing over there? I remember him or us discussing the idea of bringing Bo Dallas into Bray Wyatt's fold, or
the Wyatt family in general,
his cabal. Like, there's no reason that it should have taken this long for it to fucking happen. Because whether you liked the whole Bo leave thing or whatever, dude, Bo Dallas, he's a decent wrestler, really decent wrestler.
Yeah,
and he also is really good. It does really good character work. He does.
He's an okay character. I don't know.
Here's the thing,
dude. To do that Bo leave thing in the face of everyone just shitting the fuck all over it and not wavering on that character. Come on,
I
man.
enjoyed Bo Dallas as part of the B team more than I did Bo leave.
Listen, I like B team Bo Dallas too, but I'm just saying, give credit where credit is fucking due.
All right, here's the thing though with Bo Dallas though. First of all, it's not like Bray and him haven't been a part of something before, because they actually used to tag together down in either it was either FCW or OVW, one of the two. I want to say it was FCW before FCW became NXT. So it's not like that they don't have some sort of chemistry already, besides the fact that they're related and besides the fact that they actually work together. But you could take that whole Bo leave thing, and with Bray Wyatt's creativity and make it something sinister, just the same way as how he did the Firefly Funhouse, and he took that, the Sweater Bray character, and it was all whatever, very goofy, like very much Pee-wee Playhouse sort of thing, and then he turned the switch and you felt that looming sinister evil just waiting to bubble up to the surface. I believe that you could get, no pun intended, I believe that you could get Bo Dallas to do that as well with the right finesse. So it could work.
I bet if Bo comes back, they scrap the whole Bo leave thing and they don't even reference it.
Oh no, absolutely. I'll agree with you halfway. I say that they scrap it, but I believe that they'll make some sort of callback to it, because they let Bray do those little callbacks, like the Huskus the pig thing for the Husky Harris, and Mercy the Buzzard for Waylon Mercy and everything like that. So I like when they sprinkle those little nuances in there, just because it for somebody that's been a long-term or hardcore fan who really pays attention to stuff like that, it's a nice little wink wink nudge nudge, and just I dig it. I
can't believe that I have to be the guy, but I'm going to be the guy. I don't want to see Bo Dallas with Bray Wyatt. I don't think that, and I honestly am pretty much overseeing Bray Wyatt with the stable. Now, I am intrigued with this whole Wyatt 6 thing, how that's going to play out. Don't get me wrong. But realistically, I don't. I think that Bo Dallas would serve as an albatross around Bray Wyatt's neck at this point. I think he's a guy that he would be and that's no slight to Bo Dallas, but like Bray Wyatt is a dude who's getting his traction, and make no mistake about it, he is white hot right now. And rumors persist that the internal reporting lists him as the #1 face on SmackDown. I don't think at this point you need to have a guy like Bo Dallas join him, for the little wink, wink, nudge, nudge, like, oh, they're brothers, ha ha. Like, I'm not a Bo Dallas guy. Okay, I will be very transparent with that. But I think that if he shows me something great, I'm here for it. I just don't think, and I'm like, I felt the same with Alexa and the Fiend.
Yes.
The Fiend was white hot, and Alexa just slowed him down. And I love Alexa Bliss. I think that she's tremendous, and I think that she is one of the most underutilized talents in the business right now. But she absolutely was the anchor to his ship that stopped him from going as high as he could.
Yes.
I think that the same thing could be true of Bo Dallas or, Schism or any other, random person. I think that we, with the exception of Wyndham, Barry Windham,
Barry.
I think that could be a very interesting coupling. I think that would increase the character. I just don't know that any other active talent needs to be with Bray right now.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, I don't feel like Bray absolutely needs a stable or anything like that, and I don't care. Like, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then
if it doesn't, you've crushed out a huge face return.
That's
the problem. Is that the ceiling? So here's the thing, Tom. The ceiling on this is very close to where he's at now. So let's say you add a stable and it goes tremendously. You don't have a lot of growth room. Okay, you're almost up against the cap as it speaks. But if it goes sideways and it goes badly, you have a real big fucking basement on that.
Beef, I feel like you're forgetting the fact that because Bray presumably has a wide range of latitude right now with the character, where it's going to go, how it's going to develop, what he's going to do. I don't think that we should be fearing that right now. I really don't. Because
Vince isn't around?
No, we're not going to make this about Vince McMahon. We're going to make this about Bray Wyatt having the creativity to make this stuff work and not have to deal with the fear of being told no, or being told no, you're going to be forced into this situation. If Bray thinks that it's going to be best for this story that he's telling, and I'm not going to say for his character or for whatever, I'm going to say for this specific story that he's telling, to bring in, not saying because it's his brother, but bringing in a stable that would presumably include his brother. And I feel like he would not include someone who wouldn't fit into that vision, and someone who wouldn't fit into the archetype of what he's going for. I really don't. Yeah, is he did he come in hot at the top of where he could possibly be? Sure, but you also have to think long term. You can't just go, he's coming back to a big reaction. Okay, what now? You can't do that. That's a really kind of cynical view of the whole situation. We gotta just let it develop.
We gave Tony carte blanche, okay? And we said, man, Tony Khan can do no wrong. Tony Khan is killing it with all these signings. Tony Khan. And now we have, where's Miro? Where's Miro been? What about Darby? Darby hasn't been featured a while. FTR can't catch a fucking break.
You're comparing apples and avocados, man.
I'm not, man. I just say this. I think Because Triple H, much like Tony Khan, is pretty new to this.
No,
All right.
No, don't even
way off base.
fucking.
Way the fuck off
Come
base.
on.
Triple H has been doing this while Tony was still marking out before he even got the company. Okay,
Man,
Triple
make
H
a point.
To compare NXT to the main roster is comparing apples and oranges.
Ooh.
Okay.
Whoa.
and-
I think we should continue this thread on the next episode.
Fair enough.
That we should leave people on a cliffhanger of that fucking statement. So
Okay.
Thank you all for listening to the P3 podcast. Tune into the next episode for this week to hear the rest of Beef's point. Oh man, it's a cliffhanger. Whatever we're going to do. Thanks everybody. Bye.